Hey, True Believers, Englentine here. This was given to me, and I kind of sat on it for a little bit. It was given to me late already. It's been over a month since this article came out. This channel has really been about identity politics. I just don't like it in any kind of fandom. And it amazes me at how racist identity politicians are. That's what this is all about. 1 year later, the SW Rep Matters campaign is still an uplifting part of Star Wars fandom. I don't know. I don't know if it is or isn't. I would say no, because it seems to be very racist. It goes to say, as you may have heard, things haven't been too great in the Star Wars fandom lately, with all the fandoms or even groups of people in general attract bigotry and unsavory people. Star Wars has taken the cake, especially after the release of Star Wars The Last Jedi. I'm going to disagree a little bit. Yes, there are bad people out there, and there are bad people who really just say things because they know it's going to cause a stir. So whether or not they really mean it, it's going to get them clicks, you know, whether it's on Twitter, YouTube, whatever. Most fandom, I just think they don't like a project, they like a project, they move on. But also, I have seen where if you say, oh, well, I don't like Rose Tico, that means you hate all Asians. No. Just don't like Rose Tico. And a lot of the claims of racism has been based off of, I don't like that particular character, and then the lie being told so much that that person is racist that people begin to believe it, or at least the dumbass people believed it. Whether it's a response to increased diversity or just the sci-fi fandom iteration of our society's growing pains into the digital age, toxicity in Star Wars fandom has taken an interesting center stage in conversations about media and even politics. But while some try to parse out why Russian bots were involved in the vocal backlash to Last Jedi, or why Lucasfilm hasn't done anything about it, a group of fans on Twitter took another approach. A year ago today, I, along with several other Star Wars fans, podcasters, and writers, started a hashtag called #SWRepMatters. The one thing I really have to point out in this particular paragraph is if it's response to forced diversity, or it's like poor characterization, bad writing, that kind of stuff isn't a part of what people are complaining about. It gives two options. Neither one of them actually gives credence to what people's arguments are really about. It goes back to the you don't like Rose Tico, therefore you hate all Asians argument. So we get the little banner here, and it says, calling this franchise to task doesn't mean we don't love it. We call it to task because we do. Hashtag SW, I want to keep saying SJW Rep Matters. That's probably more accurate. But what's particularly telling here is this is the kind of thing that they would shout, racist, oh, homophobe, because we say the same thing. I complain about comics as it's oh, for someone named I Love Comics, you sure do complain a lot. I love comics. That's why I hate when I see the identity politicians take over and ruin the characters. Put their voice into the characters rather than find the character's voice. Or if it is a black character or a Hispanic character, Asian, gay, straight, whatever, don't write it as a stereotype. But if you say that, unlike them, they get to be noble. Oh, we are doing, we're fighting the Lord's fight. We're called racist, sexist, homophobes, and blah blah. So it's like you know, the hypocrisy of this particular group is amazing, especially when you see exactly how racist they are. Many of us had connected, obviously, over our love for Star Wars, but realized that our conversations were dominated by topics about representation, from responding to trolls complaining about, okay, first of all, don't respond to trolls. Let them die. That's the best way to handle trolls, okay? Hey, he's a troll. Oh, I want to fight him. No, bye. Have a good day. Complaining that Lucasfilm dared cast Black and Asian people as protagonists, to calling out glaring lack of LGBTQ representation in a galaxy far, far away. We wanted to challenge these conversations as something more meaningful. Well, here you go, gang. You failed miserably, and here's why. It's a galaxy far, far fucking away, okay? They're all aliens. Even Luke Skywalker is a friggin' alien. Han Solo, alien. Princess Leia, alien. They're all aliens. Everybody's represented by the fact that nobody is represented. Oh, but he's white. Who fucking cares? See, and that's the big problem. You're looking at race, you're looking at sex like it's the be-all, end-all. It's what's inside, not what's outside, that should matter. I recently did a live stream where I mentioned it seems like these kids have never known real racism or bigotry, so they go out and they try to find it where it just isn't. And granted, I'm a white dude. White dudes are well represented, but I've been around watching a lot and reading a lot and hearing a lot, and let me tell you, everybody's been represented. You're seriously, seriously trying to dig up problems where no problem is there to be found. Racist Yolanda Mercado says, Poe and Cassian being Latinx gave my daughter the dream of leading the resistance like her hero Leia did. Yolanda, you literally just said the two Latino men made your daughter want to act like the white woman. Okay, think about that for a second and stop focusing on race and start focusing on the character, okay? Start focusing on what people are. Are they brave? Are they courageous? Are they sniveling? Are they evil? That's what you focus on. You just freaking contradicted the hell out of your racist self. Another racist, Panda Jess. And I want to see how their real-world experience might fit into the roles of Star Wars. I want to see how real-world fits into the fantasy. This is why SW Rep matters. I saw myself in Star Wars. I've waited 30 years for that. I cried. I want other POC fans to experience that. And hey, I want to see people pick role models based on good characteristics rather than wanting to segregate everybody. Hey, I cannot love this unless there's somebody who looks like me in it. Is not exactly a good way to go about any kind of fiction. But that's just me. I'm a different breed of cat. A lot of us are queer, disabled, and or people of color and felt left behind by Star Wars, something we all love so dearly. The hashtag came about before The Last Jedi, but ever since, The Force Awakens Star Wars fandom had been slowly going downhill into a racist, misogynist sarlacc pit. And you are going to make sure that it stays there. A lot of fan campaigns out there, many of them very cringy. Please let me never hear the word Snyder Cut ever again. And run by fans who feel entitled to the exact thing they want from creators. We want hashtag SWRepMatters to be a place where people could share their stories, point out where Star Wars has come up short, and ask for better in a constructive way. Now, I could be wrong here, but it sounds to me as if they said, well, our bitching and moaning is different than their bitching and moaning. They're bitching and moaning from a place of hatred. We're bitching and moaning from a place of love. I love my fandom. I love it. Except for that Snyder Cut shit. Another example of their racism is this picture of Tandy Newton with their hashtag plastered all over it. Sorry, gang. But she's a fantastic frickin' actress, and her and Woody Harrelson were the best things about Solo: A Star Wars Story, and if they made a movie about my life, I would cast her as me because she could pull it off. She's a great actress. Point being is, Sandra here's a racist who are going, because she's black, and I'm saying, hey, because she's a great actress. It doesn't matter the skin color. Mama, his eyes are perfect, and he's Asian too. And so is Jane Orso? Or are they saying that one's a woman, one's an Asian, put them together, and they're just like me, Mama? Are we saying that this little girl, rather than just saying, hey, I love the film and I love the toys, are like, woohoo, I'm represented? Come on. Kids learn from their parents. Be better than this. Sorry, gang, I feel like I'm getting a little preachy, but I'm also getting a little teed off. Because, this is so racist, but we're the ones that are called racist for calling it out. And here's the great white male savior of everybody who is not either white or male, Chuck Wendig, saying thanks, and I want to make a point again that it's time to see LGBT representation on screen in Star Wars because SW Rep matters. How about we see good writing, good acting, good anything, and if it just so happens that the characters are gay, then hallelujah to you, who cares? And in all honesty, I find nothing wrong with this. When I saw a hashtag filled with others who also love Star Wars but were being critical of it as well, I got so happy. These strangers on the internet were having the conversation I was craving. I'm a big believer in being critical of media we consume. It's been amazing. Congratulations. That's actually pretty cool because that's what all of us are doing. None of us are evil about it. None of us. But so stop labeling that part and just enjoy your conversation. Here's Panda Jess again. We want better. We demand better. We love this franchise and want it to love and welcome us to it. Does. Come on in. Enjoy. The water's fine. Tis the Gleason. Whenever I criticize Star Wars and Lucasfilm, it's not because I hate them. Okay, yeah. There you go. That's it, guys. All of us love Star Wars. We complain about it because we love it. We might want different things out of it, or we might just want them to write good stories and not care about the message first. Alrighty, what's this last one? Reply. Let's see. This, we call it a movement. This movement has been great, highlighting significant gaps in Star Wars for explaining how important the rep we have gotten thus far has been to people, for raising the voices of people in fandom who aren't often heard. Congratulations. That's really cool. Let's make sure it's story first. Story first. Story before message. Star Wars Last Jedi got freaking lost. It's time to get it back on track, no matter what is in it and represented. Okay, say what you will about Star Wars animation, but they're currently setting the bar for SW rep. Hey, if they're the best ones for the job, why the freaking hell not? Right? That's the way it's supposed to be, right? And heck, I like, what's his name from Scrubs up there. Anyway, I mean, that's all I got to say. At this point, I'm just spinning wheels. I'm saying the same shit over and over again. But that's the whole thing, man. We want story first. That's it. Just story first. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? What do you think about all of this? Once again, I'm not against any kind of representation. Put it in there. Just make sure it's fucking written well. It's not a stereotype. And the story comes first. That robot, which I still say is the best drawn out character in Han Solo, in the Solo Star Wars story, was a freaking distraction. Didn't belong in the movie. It was even, what the hell does that have to do even with the Star Wars lore? It was obvious real-world politics shoved right into the fantasy story of Star Wars. There was a much better way to do that. Unfortunately, they didn't find it, and it was a big-ass distraction. Who cares about the representation if it's done poorly? That's not representation. That's presentation. That is tokenism. We don't want tokenism. If that's what you want, then change your freaking hashtag to Star Wars tokenism. We want it. You want representation, you want it to be done well. So therefore, story before message. But once again, that's my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, click like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Also, this is the way I'm trying to make a living. And it's not going well. But if you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Patreon, drop $1 in the till, help us keep the lights on, help us keep making videos for you. Thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.